What's going on, everyone? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We are here to watch Bitcoin probably go sideways again today, as yesterday was kind of a nothing burger. We know we were watching some sort of symmetrical triangle on the hourly chart for the whole stream yesterday, awaiting a breakout for Bitcoin. We actually got somewhat of a breakout earlier today, but we got rejected. And we have come back down to sort of our normal levels here on exactly where we were yesterday. So pretty much a nothing burger yesterday. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. If you guys can hit up that like button before we get too much started here, hit up that like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, let's hit 1,000 likes. That is our goal for the stream. All right. So Bitcoin said nope, said Steven. Absolutely. So, all right, let's jump on into it. What is Bitcoin doing now? So, if you guys been watching crypto videos today, I think a lot of people have been talking about the same pattern, okay? And it was valid, and I'm still looking to see a possible breakout. Now, there's a couple reasons why I think, maybe it did not break out, but you guys can see here, we did have a left shoulder ahead, and sort of, depending on where you take it from, a right shoulder and a breakout with a little bit of volume. Now, it wasn't the biggest volume. I would have liked to see a little bit bigger volume coming in on the breakout, but you still got some volume in there, and it looks like you've come back down to back test the neckline and try to turn it as support. All right, so we'll see what Bitcoin does the rest of the stream today, but that's what we're watching on the hourly. If we can't hold this trend line here, which is our previous resistance that we now want to flip into support, which we have done initially, if we can't hold this trend line and we can't get back over this 382 Fibonacci level, which was a pain in the butt back here, and now is looking to turn into resistance again, if we can't break that level, well, I think it's just based off this kind of, I guess you can call it crab price action here, of just pure sideways and not really any of upwards momentum. If we can't get some upwards momentum here soon, I do think it's likely that we roll over here and at least come back down to test the 236 Fibonacci. That I'm going to put a trend line right there at about 45,200 or so. I think that's likely if we can't get back over this freaking 382 Fibonacci. Like I said, that's been really annoying here for us over the course of the last 2 days or so. So we'll watch that. That's really waiting for the hourly. Not much else to really note other than that, guys. Other than that, enjoying twins head and shoulders, pretty much. It's not perfect. You guys get the general sense there. It's definitely not perfect, though. You could also argue that it was some sort of symmetrical triangle like this as well, depending on how you really want to look at it. I mean, you can draw it a bunch of different freaking ways, right? A bunch of different freaking ways. Actually, get rid of that. There we go. Harmony 1's finally moving. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple big movers today. I talked about 2 of them today on my videos that I made today. If you guys like those shorter videos, keep letting me know in the comment section on those videos. That also helps out the videos as well. But I've been seeing tons of comments that you guys like those shorter videos, so I'm going to keep bringing those out for you. And I like making those. I miss making those. That's why I started doing it again, because I really do miss making those shorter videos. But yeah, I mean, Algorand and Polkadot had huge days today, which is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting for both of those coins. I do think those are some coins that have been sort of undervalued and should start moving here shortly. But we'll go over that in a second. Let's check on Bitcoin here on the 4-hour chart. So we're still in between these two trend lines. You can see here now, like, we broke below that green trend line, but we've been holding it as support the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles here. Wicking down to it in almost every candle, but holding it on closes. Why are these so important? Well, it's our previous support and resistance level extended all the way across, and we wanted that to hold as support. And the red one is what we're really looking at for it. I mean, we confirmed it as support twice there, and there. So 5 times we came back down and confirmed that as support, and then we flipped it as resistance on the bounce yesterday, right? So, or 2 days ago. Now, like we said, we need to get back up here and break this and get back over it in order to, confirm, maybe some sort of bullish price action here. And that's really what I'm waiting for. As far as the bullish price action is, can we get back over this red trend line? If we went straight up today, that would be at approximately about 48, a little over 48,000. It's like 48,050 approximately today for us to get back over that trend line as we speak. But obviously, as the candles go on, this moves up every 4-hour candle that happens, right? So that's really that. And, if for whatever reason, like we talked about on the hourly chart, guys, if we can't get back over this 382, I think it's likely that, like I said, I think we roll over. But on the hourly, I think we have some support here at 45.2. If we break 45.2, I don't see us going lower than where we wicked to last time. I don't see us going lower than the $42,000 to $43,000 range. But I could see us going back down in that range one more time. I think that's definitely a possibility here, and we're gonna look at exactly why I think that might be a possibility. But I think that's still a possibility. We could come back down, like we said the other day, maybe come back down here in the RSI, and more so make some type of bullish divergence on the RSI before continuing back up. Okay, but that's obviously if we can't just smash back up here and for whatever reason break 47,363, which has been our resistance on this consolidation, right? If we break 47,363, I think we're looking pretty good to sort of continue up here. So that's the shorter term time frames. I want to get that out of the way. You guys know I'm not a big fan of short term time frame price action, but I know you guys like the short term time frame price action, so I look at it for you guys. Okay, hearts up for you. Hearts up.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Is Jabba enjoying his new sunglasses? Yeah, he could. He could be enjoying the sunglasses for sure. ETH, I think ETH is trying to move. Looks like, Bitcoin's just been literally going sideways. Like, I know it's trying to make a move right now, but it's not really moving. The daily chart, guys, we are sitting right on the 200-day moving average. And that's why I also think we have pretty good support in this area. And, just like we did yesterday and the day before, we had giant wicks below the 200-day moving average, but both days, even today we went below it, but both days it looks like we are closing above the 200-day moving average, which each day we're actually making higher lows on the wicks, right? So does that give us any indication what's coming on next? No, I would have liked to seen a better bounce off the 200-day moving average. I don't love the bounce that we've gotten here, but we are sitting right at that 200-day moving average, which as long as we're above it, you have to give it the benefit of the doubt here. But we'll see what we close today. I would like to make a bullish engulfing close today, so we can get it back above. It's like 46,872. We can close above that today, have a nice bullish engulfing going into tomorrow. I think that would be a good sign going into tomorrow. But it really, as long as we close above that 200-day, I think we're looking fine on the daily. Obviously. Let me actually fix this here. Someone said draw. You guys are trolling me in the chat, man. Someone said draw balls. I'm not drawing balls, man. I'm not drawing that. But as long as we as long as we close above the 200-day, I think we're good, guys. I think we're good, at least on the daily. One thing I will note is we have made, as of now, we have made lower lows, technically speaking. It's barely on the chart, but we technically made lower lows. So if we do bounce here, right? If we do bounce here, I want to see us break back above 50. Obviously, our high is 53,000. What I don't want to do is if we bounce here, come up and make a lower high, right? So if we come up here for whatever reason, and we come up and we make a lower high, right? I think at least the charts, you can't count out Bitcoin at the end of the day, guys. Like everything I'm saying right now, just know it's under the scenario that the whales don't just want to pump it back up. Because as we know, Bitcoin can do just like upside or downside moves. Bitcoin does what it wants to do. Sometimes it could just say, screw the charts, I'm doing what I want to do, right? Sometimes that's what Bitcoin does. But if we come back up and we make a lower high, that would give us lower lows and lower highs, where we could potentially come back down to 42,000 as well. Like I said, I don't see us breaking below 42,000 at the minimum, right? 42,000, 43,000. We'll see if that does even happen, but I don't even see us breaking that, guys. Even if we do come back lower, it's just not a scenario that I really see playing out. If we do bounce that, if we... Jordan's grandma. Feeling optimistic tonight? Yeah, I mean, this has the possibility of, guys, of breaking up. You know what I mean? Like, this is... I like the setup. I just don't like how Bitcoin's, like, off this dip. I don't like how Bitcoin's kind of just oscillated sideways here. But, you know, is it being held down? I mean, you don't really know this type of stuff. Is it being held down so people can accumulate again? You know, what's going on? You know, there's a bunch of different scenarios that could be happening here. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that wants to make, you know, all these theories and things like that. I just sort of look at the charts and tell you, you know, letting you guys know what I'm seeing in the charts. But, you know, is it being held down here, or is this just organic price action of just literally nothing going on for Bitcoin? You would expect after amounts of bouts like that, yes, we did have a big wick back up, but I would expect it to at least have a relief rally. I know it's only been 2 days, but, you know, normally off a dip like that, you do see some sort of relief rally back up, at least initially. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, you know, if we can round out here and break back above 47,000, I'm liking for a move at least back up to our golden pocket zone at 49,000. So could be a fun night. Could be a fun night. We'll have to wait to see what Bitcoin does, though. And the weekly, guys. I mean, the weekly, yeah, we had so far haven't had the best week. Haven't had the best week, but we're still holding, right, our 20 SMA and our 20 EMA on the weekly, right? Nothing's really changed there. We're still just holding those moving averages. So until we break those, right, which, funny enough, those are sitting at... right now, what do you know, right? What do you know about 42,000 and 43,000? I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think that's a coincidence. So until we break back below these moving averages, I'm not, you know, sweating anything. I'm not really sweating anything anyways. You guys know I don't really sweat much short-term price action, but, you know, until we break these on the weekly close, I don't think there's anything to be completely panicking. And this, to me, just looks like a nice bullish back test of the 20 SMA and the 20 EMA. That's all that looks like, and a back test of our previous high back here. And it's not quite clear on this chart, but it was a back test of this general area as well. So overall, I still like the structure of the weekly. I would like to come back up here and not have a bearish engulfing weekly, but like we've talked about, even with a bearish engulfing weekly, we've had these before and still pumped. Example is right here. We had a bearish engulfing weekly. Next month, we just went back up to the upside. So it's not like, you know, it's the end of the world if we do get a bearish engulfing weekly. Let's remember that, right? There's actually plenty of examples I can go back and find, but you guys get the general sentiment there. It's not like the sky is falling. The sky is falling here. Accumulation now until end of the week. Could be. But everyone's scared, so they just keep stacking price while we all like which way. Probably, man. I mean, that's probably... I stacked that dip too, so I mean, it is what it is. I'm not scared of short-term price action, and never have been, never will be. Prices keep dropping, I'll keep stacking. You guys know I'm a long-term investor. You know, it is what it is. I'm not expecting prices to go below 42,500. I think that was a perfect level to come back down and back test for multiple different reasons, right? Bunch of previous resistances at that level. You know, obviously our 20 SMA and 20 EMA on the weekly, right? And also we closed right at the 200-day moving average. It was actually kind of a beautiful reset there for Bitcoin in the grand scheme of things. So that's one thing I want to know. Now, one thing I did want to note on, guys, I think everyone's talking about this golden cross that's about to happen for Bitcoin. As long as we stay above, right? As long as we stay above this 50-day moving average, which is the green line there, it looks likely that we're going to have this this golden cross, right? Which is a cross between the 50, right, and the 200-day moving averages, right? So it looks likely that we're about to have this cross, like I said, as long as we stay above the 50-day moving average for at least the next couple days here for Bitcoin, right? Now, you guys know my thoughts on crosses, right? I don't think they're a huge indicator for long-term price action, but they do have a effect on short-term price. You might be saying golden cross equals us going up. Yes, in the long term, technically speaking, right? Justified FOMO. Is cost averaging justified FOMO? No, cost averaging is buying dips, right? I mean, you could just cost averaging. You could have a couple different scenarios of cost averaging. You can just buy every day of every week. You know, you could just buy 20% dips like I do, right? There's different types of dollar cost averaging. I don't like the one where you just buy randomly, like at any price, like every set Friday or anything like that. I don't like that strategy. I like waiting for dips, and I think that's a little bit better of a strategy. But like it depends. It depends, Johnny. Depends, Johnny. It's a good question, dude. It's a real good question. Anyways, let's go back and look at some of the times we've had these golden crosses, because I'm seeing a lot of people talk about this. Okay, seeing a lot of people talk about this right here. It's sloppy toppy. Bob says no. Hold on. Let me take a sip of water there before I get started here. All right, so on the golden crosses that we had, right? So when the 50 gets back over the 200, right now the 200's over the 50, all right? Let's go back and look at the last couple times we've had this happen, okay? And I want to state that usually what it means is you usually see a dip, right? Actually, either right before or right after you have these golden crosses here. Right before or right after you have each golden cross, you usually see somewhat of a dip, right? Right here, back in May, for example, when we had that golden cross going into our giant bull market of last year and this year, right here, you had two pretty decent red days there, right? Two decent red days. Now, it doesn't look like it's a huge deal there, but that was approximately about a 10% dip down to the downside, right as you had that golden cross. A lot of times you'll see this, right? And it wasn't just 2 days. It was really up here to the bottom, which was approximately, close to a 15% dip there, right as you had that golden cross, right? And then obviously we went sideways for a bit and continued up. That's just that one example there that I wanted to point out. This one was sort of, I don't know how much you can take this one into account, but what I will say is you had the golden cross here as well, right? Actually, that was the death cross. You had a golden cross right here, right? And obviously that led to what we know as the March crash of 2020. Now, we can kind of throw that one out of the woodwork, right? Why can we throw that one in the woodwork? It was a black swan event, right? It's something that we can't predict on the charts. Something that could happen at any time, right? Anywhere, anytime that could happen, right? So that one I don't pay too much attention to, but you did have a dip actually right after you had that one as well. But I don't know if that's the best example we can sort of go off of here. Let's look at this one here of our, sort of fake bull market in 2019 that we had. We had the golden cross right here. What did we do? We had, top to bottom, we had about a 15%, right? A 15% move to the downside right after we had the golden cross in 2019. Okay, so you can see, I mean, the 2 times we had it going into pretty substantial runs so far, we did have about 15% dips going into it. All right, let's go back to 2016 to show you guys another example. So this one, we had the cross right about here. Now, we did have an initial run up, right? We did have an initial run up as we had the golden cross, but we did go on to have a pretty substantial pullback a couple of days later. You're talking almost like 2 or 3 days later, you had about a 40% pullback right after the golden cross. And then obviously we know we went on to have a bull market right after, right? Obviously this one was sort of a fake out golden cross, which is something that we have to maybe take a look at here. We did have a little fake out golden cross where we had the golden cross here. It was a little bit of a fake out one, and then we just went lower into the bear market. So make sure you guys are watching out for this. This is the one time where you had the golden cross and it was sort of a fake out. But is that the last one that we had? No, there was actually one more right here, just to show you guys one more example. We had the golden cross right here, right before the 2012, 2013 bull market. Had the golden cross. What did we do? Had a dip right after of about 35% to downside. Now, I'm not saying we're going to have that much of a dip, guys, but I do. What I'm saying is we just had a 20% dip right before we're having the golden cross. Does that mean anything? Okay. Every time we're about to get that golden cross, we do have at least a 15% dip. We just had a 20% dip, right? Does that mean that the dip is over? No. Like I was saying, I think we could go back down a little bit lower, 42,000, 43,000. But what you've seen in the past is normally, when you do have that golden cross, you usually do have somewhere around it, you do have at least a 15% pullback, and we just had that same exact thing. So my point is, totally normal for this to happen around this general time frame of a market. Does it have to continue into the future? Who knows? But I just wanted to, I was looking at that today. I wanted to let you guys know what I was looking at, and I thought it was actually pretty interesting. So Time Code said, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But we'll see what happens after that. Obviously, we've seen every single time we have a dip right before, but then we go on into a bull market besides one time, which was 2014. Besides one time. There's one time that we obviously can't rule out of a possibility, right? Nick said, I can wait a few months for recovery, but I'm not holding bags for 4 years again. For 4 years, man? Come on, man. 4 years. 4 freaking years. What I think is funny is like people, you know, what I've always said, just this is kind of off topic, guys.
Rant alert. Rant alert.
What I think is funny, guys, a lot of people will hold stocks for years trying to get a small percentage gain, or they'll put money into their 401k and stuff, but they're too impatient to wait 4 years for gains in crypto. I don't I get it, you know, I get it, but the patience in crypto, and I'm not saying we're gonna have to wait for 4 years to wait for more gains, guys. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking more broadly here. People have such a short patience when it comes to crypto, when if you look at the history of crypto, you being patient gives you thousands% returns over the course of history. But yet the patience when it comes to this asset is so small, I just find it kind of funny because in any other asset class, people have the patience of a freaking rock. But in this asset class, if you don't move in a week, the sky's falling down, right? If you don't move in a week, the sky's falling down. Obviously, it's a quick rant, but I just think it's kind of true, man. So true.
Rant alert.
We want Lambo now, not in 4 years' time. True. That is true. But, you know, you have patience, you'll get there. You gotta have patience. Skillful. Yeah, but we want a Lambo now. I want a Lambo now too, guys. Don't get me wrong, right? Trust me, I want the prices to go up too right now too. I think they still will. Like, I'm not saying I don't think we're going into a bear market, guys. I don't want you guys to think that, you know, I'm all of a sudden flipping bearish long term or flipping bearish medium term. I'm just saying right now the short term price action is kind of iffy. So I could see one more move back down to 42,000, 43,000, right? I can see one more move back down there, but I don't see us going lower than that. And I think if we do go back down there again, we'll get a nice bounce back up. That's my personal opinion for maybe the next week or two, right? When does Fear and Greed Index reset for the day? 8 o'clock, man. 8 o'clock on the dot. On the dot. Stone Cold Steve Jordan. Should alts expect more downside due to BTC dump? If Bitcoin does dump, which we don't know, Bitcoin does what it wants to do. Altcoins follow Bitcoin generally. Now, there's some that have a mind of their own, right? But don't try to guess which ones have their mind of their own. If Bitcoin dumps, 99% of altcoins will dump too. There's obviously a handful of few that have a mind of their own. Solana. Solana, right? There's a few. I want everyone in the crypto community to drive a Lambo. Everyone in the real world sees a Lambo on the streets, they go, oh, there's a crypto legend. Facts. Most likely, man. Do people actually think that? Like, if you see a Lamborghini driving down the road, you're like, damn, that person must have invested in Bitcoin pretty early. I don't know if that's what I think. I'm just like, all right, this guy like Lamborghinis. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, this guy must have invested in crypto pretty early. All right, let's go to the total market cap, guys. I'm still liking the setup here for the total market cap. But like I said with Bitcoin, I don't love the bounce that we've gotten here. Okay, it's sort of, as of right now, like I said, things could change pretty quickly. If Bitcoin has a pump, obviously this could change pretty damn quickly. But as of right now, I don't love the bounce we've gotten here. We still have this bullish divergence, though, where we have higher lows and we have lower. Someone putting off their alarm. We're having lower lows and higher lows in the RSI and the price action, right? So we do have bullish divergence on the total market cap. I do like that. So overall, you know, we'll see if this leads to anything here. But, you know, if this does play out, obviously, we don't really have any resistance until, once again, probably back up to all-time highs based off we just went straight up, straight down. So we got to wait to see what Bitcoin does, right? But I don't love this bounce so far in the total market cap as of right now. Things can change, though. Things can change. Everyone looked outside. I don't think a black swan event seems imminent. No, I don't think it seems imminent. You know, I think, you know, we just had one last year, you know, with the March crash. And I think people, you know, never underestimate human emotion, right? Never underestimate human emotion. But I think if we did have another black swan event, I don't think it would be as crazy as it was last year, right? Where you saw assets absolutely just capitulate. Right, I think people learned after last year that things usually do come back pretty damn fast, just like they did last year. Things were back up to their normal prices within a few months, right? So, what does the day in the life of Jordan look like? Depends what I do for that day. A lot of it's streaming. If I stream twice a day, it's streaming. You know, getting some lunch, maybe grabbing a few drinks. You know, it's not, I don't have a crazy day. Probably just the same as you guys, right? Just the same as you guys. I'm not crypto out here at freaking what's it called? I'm not crypto out here in some foreign country going, it's the price of Bitcoin. Come on. Take a quick sip of water here before I continue. All right. Let's go check on ETH real quick. Let's go check on ETH. Just drop something there. Sorry about that. Ethereum.
This is my wife, Ethereum.
Check what Ethereum's doing here. ETH. And why aren't you in uniform? Oh yeah, sorry. I have to work a few shifts at McDonald's every week because Obviously, crypto is bearish right now, so I have to work a few shifts at McDonald's in order to be able to dollar cost average, you know, so that's something I'm doing. Ethereum, I don't love the price action right now for Ethereum too. I mean, you can be super bullish right now, but I don't love the price action here for Ethereum. You know, if you just look at this from, I don't know, from any really point of view, I know initially we were making some sort of ascending triangle here with higher lows and same rejection on the top side. It looks like we have broken that to the downside. It looks like right now Ethereum is looking to move down here. Just to give you guys a heads up. Just to give you a heads up, right? Right here. So we could...
Everybody panic, we're going to zero! Everybody panic, we're going to zero!
If we do break this level here, right, it's looking likely that ETH probably comes back down and tests at least 33.51. This is obviously the hourly chart, so keep that in mind, guys. But if this does break, probably looking like a little bit of a loss of support here for ETH. Like I said, probably a move back down to somewhere around 33.51 would make some sense for ETH. So we'll watch this on the shorter term time frames. On the daily, not much has really changed here on the daily. I think the daily looks fine. The only thing that would have me a little worried on the daily, I think, you know, maybe not so worried, but, you know, a little bit looking a little skeptical here is if ETH breaks, you know, about 33.32, which was all your previous resistance back here. And what you want to do is you want to continue to hold that as support, like you've done the last 2 days, where you've come back down and wicked below it, but you've closed above it. So as long as we close above this yellow line here, I'm still fine on ETH and sort of the macro picture here. But we definitely don't want to close below that. Or at least if we do, we want to sort of hold this trend line coming up here. If TradingView will let me put the trend line. We want to sort of hold this trend line here. You can see we've had a couple closes. Come back down to this trend line here. 1, 2, 3. We actually wick down to it. We want to hold this sort of trend line if we do break this, and at least make a higher low. Just like Bitcoin, what we don't want to do is come back down, make a lower low, right? Bounce, get rejected, and make a lower high, right? That's not what we want to do. But what's good about ETH is we haven't even made a lower low yet, right? Bitcoin, we have made a lower low. ETH, we have not made that lower low yet. So I think that's what's one positive thing you can say about Ethereum is you haven't made that lower low. So everything's good here. And we still, right? Even though we haven't got a huge bounce off of it, at least yet, because I think, as you guys know, Ethereum is very, very tied to Bitcoin. So if you see Bitcoin pump, you're usually going to see Ethereum pump and vice versa. You still do have that bullish divergence on ETH on the daily too, but you need to get some bids. You need to get some price action back up. You just haven't got that buy pressure coming in just yet. So overall, I think we're still looking good for ETH. It's just a matter of waiting on Bitcoin's next move for ETH, because ETH is very, very tied to Bitcoin. The weekly time frame, I still think looks not the greatest weekly candle, but I still think looks fine as long as we close. You know, I don't want to make a bearish engulfing on the weekly. So for the weekly, as long as we close above, I'd probably say, you know, right where we kind of have all these closes here. Right, as long as we keep all these closes, where you had 1, 2, 3 candles with closes here, as long as we close above about 3,200, I think we're looking fine on the weekly. I do. Yeah, just don't want to make a lower low on the weekly. That's all you don't want to do here. Sol back down. Jordan Dale, what the heck? Jordan a little bearish today? I'm not a little bearish. I'm a little short-term bearish. I know, you know how it is. I know how people get in the comments. You know, when I'm a little bit short-term bearish. You know what I mean? I know how the chat gets when I'm a little bit short-term bearish. Everyone thinks that it points to me being medium-term bearish when I'm still medium-term bullish. I'm just a little bit, you know, slight. I think people just misconstrue what people say. You know what I mean? what I mean by short-term bearish is literally just for probably the next couple of days if Bitcoin can't break back above 47.3. If Bitcoin breaks above 47.3, we're going again. But if Bitcoin can't and just keeps getting rejected at 47.3, I think it makes a little sense to be a little bit short-term bearish. You know what I mean? I think it makes a little bit sense. And I don't like being bearish. You know what I mean? I don't like being bearish because I'm obviously a big crypto believer. So when I am bearish, it makes me in a little bit in a less good mood. You know what I mean? A little bit of a less good mood. I don't like. It's like talking crap about like your friend. You know what I mean? It's like being. I love my friend, but you know today he's really pissing me off. You know, it's not as fun to talk about. You know, it's not as fun to talk about. But I want to be honest with you guys and not sort of just be a moon boy 24/7. Like, oh, you know, it looks bearish today, but we're going to 54,000 tomorrow. Woohoo! Like, I don't want to be a moon boy. You know, I don't want to be a moon boy here. Sounds like bear talk. It's going to 0. Good time to buy some Solana. Feed the bears. I'm a bear. Rant alert.
Rant alert.
Big candles on chart. Facts. All right, let's see. You just being a little realistic? Yeah, I'm just being, like I said, I don't like talking crap about one of my friends. And I feel like crypto's my friend. You know what I mean? Coinbase Pro is good. ETH. Let's see about ETH. Well, we just went over ETH. Like, you just want to close above 3,200. Yeah, that's really all you want to do. You just want to close above 3,200. As long as you close above 3,200, you're good to freaking go in the long-term charts. Long-term charts still look really freaking good. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the long-term charts. That's all I got to say about that. Doge, all bears to the caves. We're going to pickle tonight. I'm hoping we pickle tonight. But yeah, I mean, same thing with Bitcoin, guys. I know I'm slightly bearish here in the next couple of days, but Bitcoin on the weekly still looks freaking good. Based off history, when we're above both the 20 SMA and the 20 EMA, we tend to be bullish, right? Based off history. So, you know, there's been plenty of times where we've looked bearish, right? Especially for Bitcoin, where we come back down. You know, I remember people right here. I'm not going to name names. But there's people right here where we came back down. We came back down to the 20 week, and there was people that were screaming for Bitcoin to go back down to $3,000. Like I said, not going to name names. There are also people saying right here, Bitcoin went up to 12 and dumped back down to 9 and bounced off that 20-week moving average. Same people were screaming for Bitcoin to go back down to $3,000. Okay, obviously we saw what happened after that. So just be prepared for Bitcoin to have a mind of its own. There's going to be times where, you know, maybe we look a little bit bearish, but Bitcoin, just like a freaking snail, when things look the worst, Bitcoin can just boon off those moving averages. And there's plenty of other examples. I mean, if you want to go back to 2017, there's plenty of other examples here of things maybe looking a little bearish, coming back down, and us bouncing right off those moving averages every single time. Boom, 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 boom. Every single time, bouncing and continuing up, and every single time. You know, I wasn't too in depth with the maybe YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that back then. But I bet every single time back then, everyone was saying that we're going to freaking zero, we're going to freaking zero, we're going to freaking zero, right? I bet you there's people on Twitter saying that. So we usually bounce off those. So I'm not too worried until we break back below. I still think in the long term, guys, we still are looking good. We're still looking good. All right. Java was that person. Brett said, dude, just did extensive research into NFTs, mind officially blown. Yeah, NFTs are hot right now. NFTs are the hot thing right now. And what I will say is, you know, just be careful with maybe buying some of those that are some of those prices that I've seen are ridiculous, man. Are absolutely ridiculous. So, like I said, they're hot right now. I'm not gonna say that NFTs are gonna go down the crapper, you know, but I think just like anything, they'll have their ebbs and flows where the values will go up, the values will go down. The problem with NFTs is that it's not like crypto where you can just take profits. If you want to sell an NFT, you need to find a buyer, right? So just be wary of that if you are paying a crap load of money for those NFTs. If you're not looking to hold long term, because it's not like crypto where you can just sell. You need a buyer in order to sell, right? So take that for what you will. Let's actually go over to Adano. ADA had a very interesting chart here. A very, very interesting chart. Okay, you can see right here that ADA actually did break out of a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders, a little inverse head and shoulders here. You had a left head and sort of a right shoulder here. Now it is a little bit of a Shrek shoulder, like I like to talk about it, a Shrek shoulder. You actually bounced and you broke out here. You broke out very, very nicely. Okay. Very, very nicely, you broke out to the upside, and you've now came back down, right? And you held it as support initially, but then you broke back down, and you actually broke it back down to the downside, right? So I would have liked to see Cardano hold this and bounce here. I think that would have been the best price structure here for Cardano. But what I will say about Cardano, I don't think it's the end of the world just yet on the short term, right? Because you do have what looks like to be a little bit of a support line coming up here. So I don't think it's the end of the world for Cardano here in the short term. If you do break this trend line here, it could maybe mean that Cardano could roll over here in the short term, right? In the short term. So take that for what you will. We have 17 minutes until the daily close, guys. 17 minutes until the daily close. All right? Keep that for what you will. Have you checked out Bob lately? I haven't quite checked out Bob lately, man. Josh said, "Hey Jordan, are these just shakeouts you thinking?" Yeah, I still don't think the bull run's over, man. Nothing has changed for me as far as me thinking that the bull run's over at all. Not at all. I mean, like I said, you can look at on-chain metrics, look at longer term charts. You know, to me, nothing has changed at all. You know, just because we had a really, I mean, it was a 20, let's call it a 20% dip if you count the wick. But if you don't count the wick, which really you're looking at your closes, we had a 11% dip. I don't think that we should be panicking just yet over an 11% dip, right? For the medium and long term, it makes absolutely no sense. Now for short term, sure. I mean, short term price moves are completely unpredictable. Bitcoin does what it wants to do. You know, we could definitely come back down a little bit lower, right? What I mean by lower is 42 to 43,000. Or Bitcoin could just bounce, right? Anyone trying to make predictions of what Bitcoin's doing right now in the short term, I think is just guessing, right? So just be careful of obviously who you listen to short term. I'll always say, you know, I'm just telling you guys what I see on the charts. I don't take my advice for anything that you do, right? Don't really take any person on YouTube's advice, I mean, for what they're telling you, dude. I mean, no, take everyone's opinion and then form your own opinion, right? Bull run just got out of some more paper hands before we launch. And I think people are overreacting. I think people are overreacting a little bit on this dump. Right? It doesn't mean we can't go lower, but I think people are overreacting just a little bit. It's slightly ridiculous at this point. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we had a dip. Yeah, it was at 11% dip. How many times in crypto have we seen 11% dip? I'm not going to go throughout the history of Bitcoin and look at how many times that we've had these type of dips before, but there's been countless times that we had an 11% dip. Okay? Countless times. Nice. You guys love the altcoins. We'll get into some altcoins, guys. I know you guys, you know, I know Bitcoin's sort of not the talk of the land right now, but we guys got to understand is, you know, as Bitcoin goes, altcoins go, right? So it's very important to look at where Bitcoin is. And I think a lot of people are new coming into the space, don't understand that, you know, your altcoin could be performing very well right now, right? Very, very well. But it's not going anywhere without BTC, right? It's not going anywhere without BTC. Just like if when it goes down and BTC pumps, BTC will bring it right back up. We'll bring it right back up. And that's the power of Bitcoin. So that's why we always start the stream out with Bitcoin. I know altcoin's a little bit hotter. That's why I've been making some altcoin videos lately. Like I said, I made a polka dot and Algorand video today because I do think those are two that are going to perform very, very well here in the next couple weeks, right? Next couple weeks. Jordan backed off. Oh man. No, we just haven't seen any we haven't seen any price action here, you know what I mean? I haven't seen any price action. So Bob really hasn't had a reason to come in, you know. Java really hasn't had a reason to come in here. I mean, we just saw Java, you know, dance around with his watch the other day, you know. I was just saying about not algo, ADA. I wanted to check ADA on the weekly. So ADA on the weekly, guys. ADA on the weekly. You can see here that, you know, you're still in a bullish structure for ADA too. No need to get worried on ADA. Right? You can see right here that, you know, $2.51. You're still holding strong there. All you want to do this week, for Cardano, right? All you want to do is come back down and hold your previous weekly high. Right there, you're at the wick. You're at the wick. Obviously, you guys know I'm a proponent of holding the candle bodies. So as long as you hold $2.30 on the weekly, everything is fine for Cardano on the long-term charts. Don't be always so zoomed in. Hold on.
Rant alert.
Hold on. We're going to go visit Bob, right? We're going to go visit Bob. Bob actually learned something today, by the way, guys. Bob learned something today. So we're going to go visit Bob in a second. He's going to tell you guys what he thinks about something. Guys, you need to stop panicking in the chat. This is freaking ridiculous. Even I have to tell you this? What kind of people are watching this stream? I'm a freaking guy that sits in his basement, eats meatloaf, and drinks Mountain Dew every day, and invests in Shiba. And I have to tell you guys to zoom out on the charts? Zoom out. Stop being so zoomed into the charts. You guys are looking at the 5-minute chart, the 10-minute chart, the 15-minute chart. Zoom out. Okay? Even Shiba has pumped today. Even Shiba, right? So when you're looking at these charts, look at Cardano, guys. Look at Cardano. Like, what kind of people even watch this stream? I can't, even as a troll, I can't even watch these streams. I can't even watch these streams and take it seriously because I see people in the chat after a 10% dip saying, Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero. I'm not even that much of a troll to do that. Are you guys serious? Are you guys serious? As long as we hold these highs on the weekly, we're still looking good. Stop picking on my brother. Stop picking on my freaking brother.
Bobby, it's time for dinner.
Ma, I'm trying to talk to the stream. You're embarrassing me. I'll be up for dinner in just a second. Get a Mountain Dew and meatloaf ready for me. Get a Mountain Dew and meatloaf ready for me, Ma. Freaking ridiculous, man.
Bobby, it's time for dinner.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Stop acting like imbeciles in the chat just because we have a 10% dip. Freaking ridiculous. Like you guys just joined crypto yesterday. Freaking ridiculous. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Listen to Bob. Listen to Bob. Seriously. Zoom out on the freaking charts. Okay. We are still above, you know, on most, even these coins that have pumped a ridiculous amount are still above very, very good supports, right? ETH is still above its previous high. Perfect. Perfect. ADA still above its previous high, even after that dip. Perfect. Yeah, Algo making new all-time highs today, by the way. Greg said 6 out of 10 rant. We have Algo pushing all-time highs today. Right? Well, not all-time highs. I got roasted on that in my video today. We did have the inception point up here at 335. Obviously, that's when it first came out. So we're ignoring this price action here. We're ignoring this price action here. This is not really what we talk about. All right? This is not really what I talk about. We're just talking about the organic price action to the upside. We've broken highs on this run to the upside. Clearly smacking our previous high here for Algo. But I did quickly want to touch on Algo here because it's really moving. It's really moving. And, you know, if you bought this dip on Algo, you're performing very, very well right now. You bought this dip, even if you didn't catch the wick, just say you bought it from the candle body. You're up almost 100% on this move in the last 2 days. Algo looking really, really good. Now, I don't see it stopping. I don't see it stopping here. Obviously, if Bitcoin, we gotta wait to see what Bitcoin does, obviously, but keep that in mind. Now, I did talk about this on the video today, guys. Our first level of resistance was up here at the 1.618 at $2.55. You didn't quite hit it. You came up actually really close, up to about 248, but you almost hit that first resistance point there. And you have gotten a slight pullback. I don't think this run is over. I noticed earlier you came all the way back down to like 220 at one point, and now you're back up to 232. So if you break 255, like a lot of people yesterday were saying, Algo is not going at 255. Well, it got pretty damn close. Next resistance at 272. Like I said, I don't expect that to happen overnight. That's more of a longer term target, assuming Bitcoin doesn't take a giant brown Dito on the market. But I do expect that to be the next resistance for Algo coming up here over the next couple weeks. If Algo keeps moving up like this, I mean, it could hit it in the next 1 or 2 days. But obviously, trying to predict that type of move in 2 days is kind of a fool's errand. But I do expect 272 to be hit at some point here for Algo. So Algo looks really good. I mean, it looks great. It looks great. If you want more details, you can check out the video that I made today on that. Then I quickly want to do a quick Solana update for all you Solana-ers out there. So Solana, let's check out Solana real quick, because I know you guys love Solana. Altcoins are the talk of the town right now, as we all know, guys. So, which I totally understand. I mean, I totally understand why. Trust me, I love my alts too. And if I did say today that I wouldn't even mind if Bitcoin went sideways for a little bit, because altcoins, you know, altcoins have been making it just as good here for us, you know. Now, we looked at our short-term fibs yesterday. We didn't quite get up to the 1.618 there on our short-term fibs, but we've broken every single long-term fib. So we're kind of in black screen territory, like we like to call it, man. So, you know, technically speaking, right, based off this sort of short-term move here, you know, our resistance was about 226. We didn't quite reach it there. I don't think Solana's done here. I think you're just coming back down. If you zoom in a little bit on the 4 hour, it looks like you're just coming back down to hopefully back test your previous highs and then continue up. So we'll see what we'll see what Solana does here over the next couple hours, but looking still pretty damn good. Now, you did have a little bit of bearish divergence here, but we've had that in the past for Solana before. For example, right here, we had bearish divergence on the RSI. And what did we do? Well, we had a little slight pullback, and then we just went again. So I wouldn't be surprised just because you had bearish divergence here again if Solana just says,
nope,
and just bounces back up to 226 again. Not be surprised at all. Wouldn't be, dude. Wouldn't be. Let's go down further. I know a lot of people want to pull back on Solana so they can get in. Me. But I promise, guys, I'm not salty. I'm not salty. Okay? This is not me anymore about Solana. I have forgiven all you Solanaers. And I'm not salty anymore. I hope Solana keeps going up for you guys. I do. Now, if Solana drops to, like, I would probably pick up some Solana. How much is it down from its highs? About 13%. I'd probably pick up Solana just based off support resistance levels. If it does drop to the 0.5 fib at about like 170, I would probably pick up a Solana if it dropped to like 170 or so. Which would be a nice grab at the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So we'll find out if that does happen, but yeah, I'm not salty anymore, guys, and I hope you guys aren't salty about Solana either. Right? I hope you guys aren't salty. FOMO'd at 130. No thanks to your not financial advice. Not financial advice. Solana has a mind of its own, just like Bitcoin does. Just like Bitcoin does, Cody. All right, let's where are we at here? Macro. All right, so we looked at the total market cap already, guys. You know, like we said, we have bullish divergence. We just need to bounce off this previous highs. We haven't done it yet, right? It's been sort of a weak bounce so far, right? But we just got to see what Bitcoin does with it over the course of these next couple of days, man. And that's why we said big weekend for Bitcoin, because it will be a big weekend for Bitcoin of us sitting right on top of the 200-day moving average. This is going to tell us a lot about this next move here this weekend, I believe. So we'll see what the total two market cap, very, very similar charts. Bullish divergence on the daily. Somewhat of a weak bounce here, but you know, these tend to move up a little bit weaker on the dailies. I mean, you can see each daily chart, each daily candle's a lot smaller for the total market cap. So, you know, take that for what you will, but you know, relatively small candles here, but every candle was pretty small on the move up here overall. We didn't have any massive candles here on the total two market cap, or even the total market cap. Most candles are pretty small, so I don't know how much we can really take from the candle size, but overall I would like to see a little bit more bounce here, but I still think overall it looks fine. And a total two market cap, just like we did before when we were right here, if we can bounce, we really have no resistance until all-time highs, back up towards 1.4 trillion. So looks fine as of right now. I'm liking the setup. We just got to get those bids to the upside. Can I repeat in the chat? To the upside. Give me a pickle in the chat right now if you want to see total market cap hit all-time highs. I better see the pickles in the chat. Actually, let me do a poll real quick. Let me do a poll. Will Bitcoin hit, and we'll do an altcoin poll too here shortly. Will Bitcoin hit actually I want to will Bitcoin hit 50K by the end of next week? It's the daily close. Will Bitcoin hit 50K by the end of next week? So by next Sunday, will Bitcoin hit 50K? I want to know in the chat what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think in the chat. I like to see more downside. Yeah, some people want more downside to buy more. Some people want more upside because they're sick of buying more. I get both sides, trust me. I wouldn't mind picking up more, but at the point, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm ready for it to go up, but I totally understand people who want it to go down to buy more. What I will say is, I mean, there was a 3-month stretch of being able to buy coins at low prices. I will say that, but you know, I get it. Maybe you weren't in crypto at the time, or maybe you didn't have money at the time. So I totally understand. Let's look at the DXY real quick. Actually, we had the daily close. Let's check Bitcoin. So we closed above the 200-day moving average, guys. Close above the 200-day moving average. So let's see if we can get any momentum here on the new day. But that's what we want to see. We wanted to see a close above the 200-day moving average. So that is good to freaking see. 4-hour close, kind of a nothing burger, just above sort of our support line here. Hourly, we're just crabbing left. I mean, we're just crabbing right. I mean, Bitcoin did the exact troll thing that we said yesterday. It was going to break to the side out of that triangle we were watching, which it literally did. Like, this was the support, and we pretty much broke it to the side for the most part, at least of right now. I should have known that that's what Bitcoin was going to do, is crab it to the side. You know what I mean? Literally crab it to the side. The people who control crypto are watching these polls. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the polls are always bullish, to be fair. Cucumber. Wow. On the grind, coming in with all the cucumbers in the chat. Holy crap, man. I just heard cucumber be said about 5 times in a row. Let's look at the DXY. DXY's dropped a little bit yesterday. We did get a bearish engulfing on the daily on the DXY. Let's hope that is a little bit of continuation down. Sort of the setup I was looking for, right? I did think it was going to go up a little bit higher here. It still could. I was expecting something like, you know, us coming back up to test maybe up here at 93 bucks and then come back down, right? Expecting a little bit higher here on the bounce, but if it wants to curl back down here and come back down, I would be perfectly okay with that as well. So let's watch the DXY. Let's see if we can come back down here and break 91.86. If we do, I think it could be pretty bullish for crypto, but we shall see. I mean, the DXY overall has pretty much been just going sideways since about, you know, over a year ago. It's pretty much been going sideways for the last year, a year and a quarter, right? So take that for what you will. Take that for what you will. Let's see. S&P, I know had a red. I was looking at that earlier today. I know we had a red day on that. That's dropping. That's definitely dropping here. But as of right now, I think, you know, if you just look at it, we're still at least right now, still near this previous high. So I still wouldn't be surprised if this bounces at this level for the S&P. But even if it doesn't, if this does drop a little bit, maybe you see a little bit more red for crypto, and that's kind of supports of what we were talking about here. Is, you know, Bitcoin maybe could have one more drop in it if this does drop it. You know, because we know if the stock market dumps, I mean, Bitcoin usually gets dragged down as well. So if this does break this trend line here, I mean, we could maybe come down a little bit lower. Who knows? At the end of the day, like I said, trying to predict even a stock market dump it's impossible, dude. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I mean, just look at this. I mean, even this one was a black swan event. Trying to predict the stock market dump is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Good freaking luck. Now, what's interesting here is the Bitcoin dominance is broke at a very, very big level. We've been looking at this for a while. Let's just look at it on the weekly because it's a little bit easier to see. But look at the Bitcoin dominance on the weekly, guys. We are breaking that 41.25 area on the dominance. 41.25. We literally broke down the dominance. This could mean, right? We know, guys, when the Bitcoin dominance is going down, that usually means that, you know, crypto in general is usually pretty bullish, right? Because when there's speculation going into altcoins, that means that we're usually pretty bullish in the market. So as of right now, this is moving down. Maybe a move back down to 39.50, which is only another 1% or so, but still could be a decent move here for altcoins. We'll see if we make some sort of double bottom here at 39.50. That could definitely be a scenario. If we look back what happened in 2017, if we go back and look, we sort of did something kind of similar, but we actually made a higher low. So I don't know. If we do break 39.50, it's going to be a big move for altcoins here. Like maybe even back down to 36%. I think it's time that I put this here, because that's really the last support you got down there at 35%. So if 39.50 breaks, this is going to be a big move for altcoins here, guys. And then if 35% breaks, GG. I mean, at that time, it's black screen territory to the downside. For the Bitcoin dominance. It could get pretty juicy here for altcoins pretty quick. So that should be something interesting to watch here. Well, what happens to that over the course of the next couple weeks, you know? Big pump coming soon. What's going on with Hex? I've sold all my ETH and buy Hex. Good luck, man. I don't know what's going on with Hex, man. I'm like I said, I'm not the one for, you know, just saying it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. I'm not the person that says that. I mean, if you're like, Hex is a scam, Hex is a scam, Hex is a scam, you sound like an old man that's calling Bitcoin a scam, right? So don't be a hypocrite. Like I said, I don't own Hex, so this is a totally unbiased point of view. It just keeps going up, right? So until it doesn't, right? What I always say is if you do own Hex, just make sure you're taking profits, right? Just in case. I don't see a problem with holding Hex. Just make sure you're taking profits along the way, right? But don't be a hypocrite and be like, Hex is a scam. You sound like an 80-year-old man that's calling Bitcoin a scam, right? At the end of the day. So don't be a hypocrite. It means dump. If it looks like a duck, it clacks like a duck. Probably true. Atom pumping. All right, let's see. Does it matter if it goes up? You can't sell Hex. It's being spammed. It is being spammed, huh? Hex will be a rug pull. Who knows, man? I mean, trying to predict that stuff is like trying to pull a needle from a haystack. I don't own Hex, so this is a total unbiased view here. All right, hey, that's mostly our macro stuff. We could check out the Fear and Greed Index, see if that's dropped anything. Let's see. The Fear and Greed Index here for, let's see. So we're at a 46. Yesterday we were at a 45. So we gained 1 point on the sentiment since yesterday. 1 point. Wow, we're looking really bullish. Closed all my shorts 20 minutes ago. Big bag dot. Nice, man. There you go. Crypto Savvy became a member of the stream. Thank you, Crypto Savvy. I'm sure it's not the real Crypto Savvy, but thank you, Crypto Savvy. All right, let's go through some. We went over mostly the hot coins, guys. It was Algo. It was Solana. Is there any else that was really hot today? Let's see. Let's sort this out. We had Harmony 1. I already saw some people asking for Harmony 1 anyways. Let's check out Harmony 1 real quick. Up almost 41% on the day. Pushing your highs here. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, you're pushing your highs on Harmony 1. Did you get an all-time high daily close? Did you? You were right at it. You're right. I'll give you a pump song for a 40% move on Harmony 1 though. Harmony went up 41% on the day. I know a lot of people love Harmony. I got to ask about Harmony 1 a lot as far as, you know, maybe a smaller altcoin. But you can see here that you just closed right at your all-time highs. So we'll see if you get any confirmation. It looks like you're trying to do it right now as we speak. But, you know, in theory, if Harmony 1 did break up, let's see, from top to bottom, let's look at our fib levels here. If you did break up for Harmony, Let's see. The next resistance is up at, this is the 1.618. 1.618 fib is at 32 cents. I know I'm going to see all the people in the chat saying, Harmony is not hitting 32 cents. Well, you've noticed that every single coin that's broken its all-time highs, besides Cardano, Cardano's the only one. Besides all the ones that have broken their all-time highs, have hit their 1.618 the last few days. Besides Cardano. That's the only one. But yeah, I mean, it's Harmony could be hitting that 32 cent mark if you come up and really break your wick all-time high. But yeah, not looking too shabby there for Harmony 1. What's the other ones that have been looking pretty juicy here? Tezos up 34% of the day. Not sure why. What I don't want. They gotta fix their site, man. I might be having to switch my site that I use. It's a freaking shame, man. I give CoinMarketCap free advertising every day, and they can't even get their site to work, man. I might have to switch. May have to switch to CoinGecko here. You know, it's a damn shame. A damn shame. Tezos looks like it's about to break too. Now for Tezos, you gotta break this golden pocket, right? You see, you tested it here. You tested it here. You tested there. You tested there. And now you're coming up to test that golden pocket once again. So you need to break the golden pocket zone here for Tezos. You break that, you got a pretty clear zone all the way up to close to $7 at your 786 Fibonacci level, right? But Tezos, you got to break that golden pocket first. We can't get too pumped, right? We can't get too pumped here to pump this to the upside. Live coin watch. I could. But yeah, that's the next resistance for Tezos, man. That's it right there. Pretty simple as that, man. You're going to see a lot of the same thing. I mean, a lot of these coins on their dump came right down to the bottom of the daily EMA ribbon and bounced perfectly off the daily EMA ribbon like freaking butter, man. Like freaking butter. Quite beautiful. Every single time we came back down and bounced off that. So I'm expecting to move to that 786 here for Tezos. Assuming Bitcoin holds up here. Assuming Bitcoin. A lot of it depends on what this guy does at the end of the day. You know? Other than that, I don't think... I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that were up. I want to touch on those. We'll touch on Atom real quick. Atom is up almost 40% in the day as well. Cosmos. A lot of people talk about that in the Discord. Guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, link is down in the description below. Also, go follow me on Twitter. At Jordan Camerand, just like my name. I changed my handle to my name, right? It's no longer Jordan C_crypto. It is Jordan Camerand on Twitter. So go follow me over there, guys. C-Day. See, can you look at Front? Big move coming. We'll take a look at Front. Cosmos. Oh yeah, Cosmos just opened the new day. Very, very strong. You're pushing your daily high close as we speak right now, as we speak. Right, so you close and you just got continuation up here for Cosmos. This is looking real good. You break 29.41. You got your all-time high wick, right? You obviously got to break your all-time high wick at about 32.26, but it could get pretty juicy here for Atom as well. So let me take this, and if you go to top to bottom on this guy, just look at your 1.618 in case you break that all-time high. It is up at approximately 46.71 if that one breaks to the all-time high. Now, I bet this one also came back down and bounced right off that golden, right off that EMA ribbon perfectly too. So that was just a beautiful setup as well. And I expect that one to break that next level as well coming up here. I mean, a bunch of very, very beautiful breakouts today. Even though, you know, some of our top coins here are sort of just going sideways, right? I love super chats. Yeah, I haven't got to the super chats yet, guys. I will get to those. I just wanted to touch on some of the hot coins. I'll go back to this though. Gainers and losers. We went through most of them here, like Harmony, Tezos, Algo, Cosmos, Mina. Mina was one that was requested the other day. That one's been moving here 25% in the last 24 hours. Shout out to you guys who are requesting Mina here. Algorand, a lot of altcoins just really moving here today. Bitcoin dominance is getting crushed, and I'm expecting that to continue here as long as if Bitcoin dumps, obviously the Bitcoin dominance will continue up, right? So keep that in mind. But as of right now, even Shiba is up 10%. Even Shiba is up 10%.
Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
Bob's probably yelling in his friggin' basement right now. Bob's probably hyped. He's probably got a new watch at this point too. Shiba up 10%. He's got his life savings in Shiba, even though it's probably only like $500, maybe even that, maybe not even that. But a lot of good movers today. Loses. Not a lot of losers today. Perpetual, Nexo, Telcoin, Sushi. Not a lot of big losers. I mean, most everything is only maybe a couple percent down. Let's check our, you guys know what I like to check. The meme coins. Make sure we don't have any dog coins that are pumping seriously here. Let's check. Gainers, losers. What is this XTZ countdown? Let's see. I don't see any dog coins, which is good. I don't see any dog coins here on the top as of yet. Nope, no dog coins. No dog coins, so we're good there, guys. Not one. I saw a monkey, but no dog. Dot. Yeah, Dot. I made a video on Dot today as well. We didn't quite check out Dot yet, but yeah, Dot's at 3150. You guys didn't know I did make a video on Dot today. I do think Dot is going to be one of the next ones that moves up. It is sort of lagging behind the other top tier altcoins. Like I said, we've seen Cardano have its run. We've seen Ethereum push its highs. You know, we've seen Solana make moves now. Now we're seeing Algo make moves. I think Dot is one of the next ones that's is going to make its next move. I really do. We just have a couple of resistances to break. But it's more so just a beautiful, like we said in the video today, guys, more so just a beautiful previous support, flipped into resistance, and now flipped back into support. So see if you bounce back up here, but I do think Dot has run up, and a lot of people are sleeping on Dot at the moment, I think. A lot of people sleeping on Dot. My Dot pumping? Pump song? I love this concept, the pump song. If we break the high, then we'll play the pump song. We'll play the pump song for sure. All right, let me go through some of these super chats here, and then we will get back into the chat and we'll look at some other altcoins, guys. Your thought on Cardano? Should I convert it to Dot? It's a tough one. I love Cardano. Don't get me wrong, but also we have the 12th coming up, so make sure you're being prepared for some type of volatility. I'm not sure if we're going to pump or dump on the 12th. You know, if history's any indication, you usually dump on the news. Not going to say it's going to happen, but if there's any indication, Cardano maybe won't perform very well on the 12th. With the net coming up for Cardano, so just be prepared for that. Obviously, Cardano really hasn't moved the last couple of days, so maybe it doesn't dump. I'm not sure. It's all just speculation, but you know, we'll find out, man. Find out. Should alts expect more downside due to Bitcoin dump? If Bitcoin does dump, altcoins will dump as well. I wish they didn't. Maybe someday we can like come into the land of the alts. And the alts we can just be dancing with the altcoins. Like I'll be dancing with Ethereum. Like, so Bitcoin will be burning in its corner. Bitcoin will be burning in a corner, and we'll all be at like prom. I'll be dancing with Ethereum like this. We'll have Fashad dancing with not sure. We'll have Fashad dancing with Shiba on the corner. Fashad dancing with Shiba. We'll have Squiggy dancing with Cardano. We'll let Bob answer with maybe one day that'll be the case, but I don't think that's I don't know if that's going to happen or not. C-Day. Oh no, hold on, where are we? C-Day, so can you look at front? Yeah, we can look at front. Front. Yeah, you got a decent pump today. If you're probably at your golden pocket based on eye test. Let's see where you're at, dude. Actually, you're right at your 236. Oh, I gotta sneeze. But yeah, you're right at your 236. So you got a little bit of a pullback here. Obviously, with Bitcoin having a pullback, if you break to 236, you got a lot of resistance back up here at the 382. You can see a bunch of peaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different peaks at this 382 fib level at 322. So watch that. If Bitcoin does take a tumble, right? So I'm giving you the bullish and bearish scenario. If Bitcoin does take a tumble, look for probably a back test of this high again, just like you did the other day at about 143. So that's the bullish and bearish scenario. Your daily EMA ribbon's right at that point too. So you have a lot of support down here at 143 if Bitcoin does maybe have one more dump in it. If it doesn't, 322 is coming next for front, my man. Might have some bearish divergence here, but like we said for multiple altcoins, bearish divergence hasn't really mattered on this run so far. So keep that in mind. I just sneezed, it was okay. You guys like to sneeze? Like, sneezing is one of those things, like sometimes I love to sneeze and it feels so good. Like sometimes I like try to force myself to sneeze. It's kind of weird. And then sometimes I just don't really like to sneeze, man. Sometimes it's just like I'm not in the mood to sneeze. I have a love-hate relationship with sneeze. I'm a bear when it comes to sneezing. But sometimes, oh dear, it feels good to sneeze. Football is starting? Yeah, football is starting. Tonight's the first day of NFL back. It's a good day. It's a good day for the world here. First day NFL football coming back. Have you been following what's going on in our country? Does it concern you? Doesn't really concern me, Kane. That's not something we can predict. It's just one of those things that, I mean, you hear that type of, we've been hearing that type of stuff for how long now? So it's not one of those things you can predict. It's just sort of, if you believe in it, maybe, invest based off if you believe it. If you don't, invest if you don't. I'm not buying into any of that FUD though. I mean, at the end of the day, it's FUD. I mean, we always end up higher eventually anyways, based off history. What is the best to invest for 5 years? Sol, ETH, DOT. A lot of people are going to have different opinions with this. You know what I mean? If I had to pick for the next 5 years, maybe not as percentage gains, but, maybe of sort of, because it's not really fair to compare gains as far as Ethereum and Solana, right? I mean, Ethereum is at a $400, billion market cap, and Solana is at a $50 billion market cap. So if I had to say the next 5 years as far as gains go, I'd probably say Solana will probably have higher gains percentage-wise than Ethereum. But I still think Ethereum will be number 2 coin, if not number 1, by could be in the next 5 years, potentially, But if I say as far as gains go, I'd probably say Sol, ETH, DOT. And you could even see DOT maybe even outgaining ETH. Just because of market cap, you know what I mean? Just because of market cap, like it takes a lot less money to move DOT than it does ETH. Seeing as DOT is at $30 billion market cap and ETH is at 400 billion. You know what I mean? Check the chart. Let's see. Crypto Savvy became a member. They become a member. Crypto Savvy. Shout out to my dude, Crypto Savvy. Marco said thoughts on H-bar. H-bar. I'm sure H-bar's. I think H-bar was looking good for a little bit here. Let's see. It's nicely respected the daily EMA ribbon, almost beautifully on the way up here. Even on this dip, I mean, you can see you wicked below it and closed right on the top of it. It was quite a spectacle, quite a spectacle. But let's check it out. So, swing. Which high do you want to take? I mean, we'll just take from the all-time highs. Swing high to swing low. You're just getting rejected at your golden pocket, right? You're just getting rejected off your golden pocket. So, I mean, when you look at this, you got to break your golden pocket. And there's a lot of coins that are at this level here. You break this, I mean, there's a lot of resistance up here. You know, at like the 42 cent mark, you have a couple peaks, 1, 2, 3 peaks up here, even 4 peaks up there. There's a lot of resistance at 42 cents. You break golden pocket, that's where you're going next. Daily RSI has room to run here, right? If you want to run the daily RSI, nothing's really stopping you here. So that's Hedera. Like I said, your bullish structure is still there, and you're just making highs again. So nothing's changed for a lot of these altcoins. That's the funny thing. Like all these altcoins still look really good. The only coins that look a little iffy, right? Is you can look at really any altcoin, right? They all look pretty good. The only coins that look a little bit iffy are Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's not even really Ethereum. Even Ethereum looks really good. You know, even Ethereum looks really good. And that's why it's a little bit confusing what's going on. Because if you look at Ethereum on the daily, it still is the bullish structure of not making lower lows. We're still holding our previous highs. It's just Bitcoin that looks a little bit iffy. And that's what, that's what's a little bit confusing right now. Bitcoin's like really one of the only ones that made a lower low on this dip, unless it was a late, sort of a late pumping coin or a coin that really didn't move for a while, right? All the coins that were bullish before are still looking bullish now. It's just Bitcoin that's sort of making sort of a lower low and looking a little weak here, So that's the only thing that's really stopping me from being like, we're going to all-time highs right now, right? I just want to see that initial bounce here for Bitcoin. That's what I'm waiting for here, But other than that, like all altcoins look so good still. All altcoins look so good. The bullish structure is there for all of them, as you guys can see. I mean, all coins are just going nuts right now. Literally going nuts. And even the ones that aren't going nuts, they're still going up in value, ACH and AMP begs to differ. Yeah, I mean, AMP that's what I meant by like, coins that weren't moving before. Like AMP is just literally the stable coin. Like AMP is the new algo. Algo is finally moving. So hopefully at one point AMP moves if history repeats itself. But AMP is the new Algorand as far as, going forward right now. It's real damn weird. It's still alt for now, I think. Yeah, it's still alt. Guys in the chat are funny today. Guys in the chat are real funny. Let's see. Metal Bug said sold 20% Solana at 206. Now I'm playing on house money. Thanks for what you have taught me. No problem, Metal Bag. Make sure you're always taking profits, man. Never just hold your bags forever. And I know, a couple, I think it was like maybe a couple days ago, I was telling you guys that I have a take profit strategy, right? And every guys were roasted. And weak hands. It's always smart to take profits. And my profits are, levels that are pretty high, right? I'm not just taking profits at low levels. Like I'm taking profits at Fibonacci extension levels, which are pretty high targets. You know what I mean? It's always smart to take profits when your coins are really going. Always keep a moon bag. Always keep that little bag in there in case it goes absolutely nuts. But it's always smart to take some profits on the way up. Because then you have money, if it goes back down, you have money to buy other coins that are not performing as well. Then those pump and just rinse and repeat. But ramen hodl. Grilled cheese sounds great. It does. Dude, I haven't had a grilled cheese in so long. You know, grilled cheese sounds really freaking good, man. Really freaking good. Hi, Jordan. Can you have a look at FTT, please? Enjoying the show with morning coffee from sunny Australia. Wow, it's the morning right now. It is 8:30 here right now. I'm actually kind of jealous it's the morning over there for you, man. I'm kind of jealous, dude. But yeah, I mean, I think the last time we were looking at FTT, we were consolidating in sort of a triangle here on the 4-hour. This is the daily, but we broke up. Look at that daily. We broke up, we came back down, tested the triangle, and then continued up from there. So I think you're still on your way to your 1.618 Fibonacci. Another one where people were probably like, oh, we're not hitting the 1.618. Well, FTT target is $88 and we're sitting at 79. So that's the next target. If for whatever reason you break that, 2.618 Fibonacci is at $128. Now that one might take a while to get up there, but I won't be surprised based off what altcoins have been doing to see that happen, you know, in the next couple of days, assuming we stay somewhat bullish here. Bitcoin's still sitting at 46.5. It's beginning to look a lot like Crabville. Everywhere we go. Guys like, Jordan, please don't sing. Please don't sing, Jordan. Holy moly. It's beginning to look a lot like Crabville. One is pumping hard. How high will it go? We looked at one a little earlier. I'm pretty sure you were here when we looked at one. Crypto Shock said, tip your dancers and smack that like button. Let's freaking go.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
On the grind with a bunch of pickles. Thank you, on the grind. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it, dude. Mustafa with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Mustafa. Tony said, closed all my shorts 20 minutes ago. Both big bag dot. Both big bag dot. Is that, Tony, does that mean that you put it in dot? Does that mean you put that money in dot? I'm not sure what that means, Tony. I'm gonna take it that you bought dot with that money. But yeah, dot is sort of continuing up here. 31.76 for dot. If this does break this high, I'm expecting a pretty sizable move up to the highs. So it could get pretty interesting here for Polkadot. Adam said mover. Check mover real quick. This calm can't last. I agree. I think we're going to see a move here. I thought we were going to see a move yesterday. It just didn't happen. I thought we were going to see a move earlier today when we broke out of this when we broke this resistance line. It happened and then it just didn't. So something's got to give here. Look at the volume, guys. The volume is so low, man. Look at how low the volume is. We're going to see a move here. You can see, you know, yeah, the highs, but look at like even the smaller candles on the volume. They're declining here. Right, so a move is going to come. It's a matter of time. You know, it's just which direction is going to go. You know, which direction is it going to go? It's going to be, you know, it's going to happen at some point here. Tezos pumping. Dot, my wife. Steven, Dot is your wife? It's actually a pretty good wife. She's pink, right? She's not a ugly color, right? So Dot is that's a pretty good wife to have. You know, it's better than having, you know, like Chainlink as your wife. Why would you want Chainlink as your wife? It's a friggin' chain. You know what I mean? It's metal. At least polka dot is kind of cute, right? It's got a little cute polka dot and it's pink. This is all I got from Mover. I don't have a lot here. But let's check out, see if you got any fib levels here. Down, in my opinion. Is it Iron Scooby? Iron Scooby says down. I still think it's 50-50-50. You know, if anything, I think, you know, us breaking this resistance line, coming back up and testing it, I think there's a higher chance it breaks up now since we did break this, but we need to get that bullish momentum to the upside here, you know. Bro, how good were the grilled cheeseburger now? Taking just two pieces of bread, right? Buttering those sides up. I'm gonna get all you guys hungry right now. You butter all those sides up. both sides. Butter those things up, throw them on the pan, right? Let those sit in the pan for a little bit. Smack 3 cheeses on there. You throw some American, some cheddar, and whatever. Throw some mozzarella on there too. And then you throw that bad boy right on, let it melt, and just let that sink right into those teeth. That juicy cheese just falling and oozing all through your mouth. All through your mouth. That sounds so good. I haven't had a grilled cheese in so long, man. Tuna sandwich is better. A tuna sandwich would be better. No, but Mover, and it looks like you blasted through your 2.618. Now you came back down. Someone said add some ketchup. Oh my. Oh. I put ketchup on my grilled cheese. I put ketchup on my grilled cheese. 2 pieces of bread, cheese, and ketchup. Waiter, can I get some ketchup? I know I ordered a grilled cheese, but I like to dip my grilled cheese in ketchup. So can I please get some ketchup? I've been waiting for 20 minutes for my ketchup. Where is it? Where's my ketchup? I've been waiting for 20 minutes. What do you mean you're running out of ketchup? This is a restaurant. I'm out of here. This is ridiculous. This is the worst restaurant I've ever been at. Yo, who puts ketchup on their grilled cheese? I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't sound bad. I would still eat it like that, but come on, really? No, but Mover, looks like you're just coming back down to test. Dude, your mom's got a beard. Derek said your mom's got a beard. No, but Mover, it looks like you blast 236 or 2618. Looks like you're coming back down to retest just that previous high in the daily as support. I could see this bouncing from here and just continuing up to the 3618. If you do continue up at about 380. This one, you don't have bearish divergence, which is good. You reset your daily RSI, so you most likely are going to see continuation on this guy. Most likely. What does Bob say? You dip it? Look what you started, Mr. Turtle. I was lurking just now, but gotta say, ew, no ketchup. Thank you, Sunflower. Even Sunflower says no ketchup. Karen has Bob's neck. Maybe it's just my neck. Do I have a big neck, guys? Like, how's my neck? Like, can I model to be like a neck model? It's pretty nice. I think it is. I don't know. You guys might say otherwise. XPR Proton. Also, what does the Bank of Canada CEO look like? You should do a character. The Bank of Canada CEO. I'm pretty sure the Bank of Canada CEO would probably look like this. What do you guys think? I think he would probably look like this. You know what I mean?
Basically, Bitcoin is clearly a scam. Cryptocurrency is clearly an idiot with no common sense. And scientifically speaking, according to a study at the Bank of Canada, more people who are financially illiterate invest in Bitcoin.
This is what the Bank of Canada CEO would look like. I think that's what he would look like. Anyways, dump sandwich. All right, we're looking at Proton. What the heck is going on with Proton here? You're a terrorist. That sounds freaking awful, man. All right, let's look at what we were looking at. XPR Proton. XPR Proton. Lip sync. That's what George looks like. Oh my god, dude. Are you serious, man? Come on, man. Oh, man. I'm not sure why the big altcoins haven't moved. It's really only the big altcoins, right? It's BTC, ETH, ADA. You know, everything else is sort of moving. Like XRP is not really moving. BNB is not really moving. It's literally just like the big altcoins. Everything else, you know, that I'm looking at is at least moving a little bit. You know, Matic's up 4%. Theta's up 3%. Link's up close to 3%. Everything else is pretty much just flat. You know, it's very weird. But Proton looks like it just came back down to test its previous high and confirm it as support, right? So I think what we could do with this one, just check the daily EMA ribbon. I mean, yeah, it's the 4-hour EMA ribbon's all the way down there. You got some room to work with here. Let's take our fibs. See where our 1.618 Fibonacci level is. Would be upwards of 1 cent. Look at that, ding, ding, ding. Psychological level of 1 cent is that next resistance at the 0.618. You know what I mean? Wish I held my Tezos. Yeah. Don't want to vet. Everyone always craps on vet and says, the song says, don't want to hold vet. It's not what it says, okay? Not what it says. VeChain will have its day. Will have its day. Bitcoin's trying to gain some momentum right now. Trying to. It's trying to get that bounce off this trend line. It's just having a little bit of a hard time here. But that's fine. We have plenty of altcoins to look at. What's Algo doing? Algo's sitting at 225. ADA is just chilling like a villain. MTV USDT short term. MTV. Tell me about how much DOT, tell me about DOT. How much can it explode? Should I sell it or hold it? I made a dedicated video on DOT today. You can check that out after the channel. I do think DOT's one of the next ones to go. It's lagging behind all the other similar projects. Multivac, short term. I think what I'd be watching here short term is left shoulder, head, and if you can round out here, right, anywhere really above this 1.8 cent mark and round out, you would have a pretty clean inverse head and shoulders to the upside. You would just need a round out and break 2 cents. And you would probably see a measured move. I'm not going to count that wick. I'm going to be conservative here. I like to be conservative, if you guys haven't noticed. I think it's better to be more conservative than be a moon boy. Maybe moon boy's not the right word, but more so a, you know, irrational. But yeah, I mean, your measured move out of that is approximately about 2.7 cents. If that does play out, obviously you got to round out, but yeah, 2.7 cents. That's somewhere up there. I think that's your 1.618 Fibonacci as well. So MTV looks good. You just need to round this out. You know what I mean? All right, Bitcoin 46.6. Trying to gain a little bit momentum. It's moving up like a snail here, like a little snail. Polka dot blasting off. Oh, of course it is, man. Of course it is. It bounced off its most important level, right? It bounced off literally its most important level in its history. Support, resistance, into support again. See, every time it hits this, it usually has a bounce. Now, hopefully this time we can make new highs, but yeah, DOT's looking good. Matic trying to pump. Yeah, most coins are trying to pump. Your thoughts on Cardano? Should I convert it to DOT? I answered that before. I mean, it's totally personal preference. I like both coins. I like both coins personally. You know what I mean? Just like ketchup with tuna. Who puts ketchup on tuna, bro? That's something Bob would do. Now, Bob puts ketchup on his meatloaf, but ketchup on meatloaf, let me tell you. Ketchup on meatloaf, I'd rather eat that than grab ETH. You know, I'd rather put ketchup on my meatloaf and eat that than have a good time with ETH. I actually, I actually make fun of Bob, but I actually really like Meatloaf. Wes said, "Hey Jay, always trying to learn every day in crypto. What's happening with Shiba on Coinbase Pro? 450%, but I don't get it. Any ideas?" See, I'm not sure if that's legit. I'm not sure if that's legit. Because if you look at the charts, it didn't pump that much. Look at Coinbase, you got a Coin market cap, it's up about 8%. So I'm not really sure what happened over there on Coinbase Pro. I don't know if that was a glitch, but I don't think Shiba pumped up 400%. You know what I mean? I don't think it did. But thanks, Wes. Wes is always one of the homies that's in here all the freaking time. Proud gun owner is too. YK said, "Link update, please, amigo." Chainlink. What's Chainlink doing? Chainlink's trying to bounce up about 3% on the new day today, trying to bounce. So Chainlink is another one that, you know, obviously we talk about a lot on the channel. What's Chainlink? Just fix these here. Looks like we just reclaimed the 382 fib. Let's see if we can close the day over it. Looks like we tried to yesterday and the day before, couldn't close above it. Looks like today we reclaimed the 382. So based off history, it looks like every time that we have a close above the 382, based off history, we've gone up to the 0.5 fib. Every time we've got a close. So we see if we close. I think if we close, it's likely we come up to at least retest 33 bucks here. Assuming, obviously we got to watch what Bitcoin does, but assuming Bitcoin doesn't take a dump, just go side. Bitcoin going sideways is cool. I mean, altcoins have performed well with Bitcoin going sideways, but you know, a move back up to 33 bucks sounds likely, at least here in the short term. But yeah, you guys know I like Chainlink. I think Chainlink still going to perform well here. Bitcoin trying its hardest to get over that 382 Fibonacci. If it does, we could be looking for a little bit of a maybe a little bit of a pump here. At least back up to 47.3, hopefully on stream here. But so we'll see if we break this the 382 Fibonacci, which keeps being a stupid resistance all the way through here for Bitcoin. Really is quite of an annoying resistance for Bitcoin here. Sorry I'm late. I'm watching the movie The Nun with my son. Pawtucket is now in the house. What's up, Jake? The Nun, pretty good movie, pretty scary. I wouldn't watch that and want to be alone by yourself, man. I would definitely don't watch that and keep your closet open tonight. Keep your closet open tonight. Especially if you have like a creaky floor or something. GG, you're done. Damn it! Now you clowns got me craving a grilled cheese," said Crypto Craig. Oh man. Tezos is going to the moon. Stinky Linky said no name. Yeah, I mean Linky's being a real stinky. Linky Slinky. I like to call it Link the Slink. Because it like Link the Slink, it moves up, but it's like a slink. Like it has resistance on it the whole time. Like what you'll notice about Chainlink, because it never goes off. Like it never like moons, but it's just very consistent. You know what I mean? You could look at Link on the weekly chart. It's just always consistent. It never really moons. It has its moments, but like it usually just very consistent up in its history. Since 2019, it's just been upwards trajectory for Link. You know what I mean? It's just very resilient, I guess is the correct term there. Can you check Link post flash crash? What about short term? Actually, we just looked at Link, so that works. YK. Eric said, "New sub, loving the content." Thank you, Eric. Shout out to all the new subscribers out there. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be making videos going forward, guys. Seems like you guys really like those videos. Like that Algorand video performed very well today. A lot of you guys say you like the polka dot video today. So I'm going to be doing more of those macro videos on altcoins going forward. But thank you, Eric. What did you ask to? He said if you put ketchup on a grilled cheese, you're done. Dennis said, why do you think some of the OG coins like BCH, Litecoin, ETH haven't moved? They are all far from their all-time highs, especially BCH. I think it's just because they follow Bitcoin the most, right? Especially ETH. ETH and Bitcoin are very, very correlated usually. Usually, like, it's when Bitcoin pumps, ETH pumps harder. When Bitcoin dumps, ETH dumps harder, right? It usually tends to be the case there. They're very correlated. Just throw a little bit. Some are more volatile than the others. BTC and LTC, very correlated to Bitcoin. But if you look at the past, they don't perform better than Bitcoin. Simple fact. You know what I mean? So they won't pump without Bitcoin. And even when Bitcoin goes up, historically, they don't go up as high as Bitcoin does, percentage-wise. So, but it's all just a correlation with Bitcoin. Can I get TA on VeChain? VeChain. Can you start moving, my homie? I would really appreciate it if you start moving. You know, I'm not asking for much. You know, I'll take a 2-3x. It's like, I'm not asking for much. I'll just take a 3x. It's fine. But VeChain, daily bullish divergence, right? You had lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in price action. Okay, so if this does play out, like we've seen some altcoins have it play out, we should see a move back up to 14 cents, right? But you got to watch this divergence, and you're seeing other altcoins move. I won't be surprised if we start seeing VeChain move here. It looks like you're trying to get that momentum to the upside here. It's only a matter of time. You're also sitting right in the daily EMA ribbon. You wicked below it, but just like all the other altcoins, you came right back up and you closed above the daily EMA ribbon. So that was beautiful. As long as you don't close below this, you're A-okay. So I'm expecting a bounce here. I'm not expecting you to go lower than, 11.6 cents on a close. I'm expecting a bounce here for VeChain, which probably means that Bitcoin will bounce too in that hypothesis. So if I'm saying I expect these altcoins to move up, probably means that I'm expecting Bitcoin to go up. If you guys want to take it that way. So I don't know, man. Like I like the structure for Bitcoin here. I like the breakout of the resistance and the back test. We just need to see this momentum here, and hopefully then VeChain could start moving. BCH for Dennis. Let's look at BCH for Dennis. BCH. Sorry for crapping on BCH, Dennis. You guys know I'm not a fan of BCH, Litecoin. You guys know I'm not a fan of those coins. So if you get mad at me for it, I'm just being honest. Would you rather me lie to you and say I love it? You know what I mean? I love Bitcoin Cash. It is such a good investment. I'd rather not lie to you guys. You know what I mean? I'd rather not lie to you guys. All right, Bitcoin Cash is not the full chart. I want the full chart. Give me the full charts. That's Bitcoin. Hold on, let me fix this real quick, guys. Bitcoin Cash. Let's see. I'm ready to go. Oh. I'm ready to go. Oh. Okay. Man. So Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin Cash on the weekly. Yeah. This is Bitcoin Cash on the weekly. Bitcoin Gold. You got to break this level. So I'll go to the daily for you. You want to break this previous high. This is a very big level here for Bitcoin Cash. You know what I mean? So previous high, turn into support, turn back into resistance, and now resistance again. So you really need to break this level, and this is just a very, very important level here for Bitcoin Cash, PSV to Mars. I don't understand what people's obsession is with these like knockoff, like Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Litecoin. I mean, I'm not sure what people love about these coins. They don't move very well. You know what I mean? I guess the thought process is they haven't moved yet. So at some point they will. I guess that's the thought process. But at some point, it's like, dude. When are people going to come in and say we're going to pump Bitcoin Cash to Mars? Like when is there going to be a hype train around Bitcoin Cash? I don't know, man. But yeah, if you break 770, I think You know, I don't think it's I don't think it's not going to move. I still think it's going to pump. But if this moves, I think you see a move up to, you could see a pretty nice move up to like 1200. You know what I mean? If you do break this resistance, there's really not much in between there. It was straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You know? So that's that. I mean, if you break this, you could see a nice move for Bitcoin Cash, in theory. But like for Bitcoin Cash, I mean, it's another example. Like if you look at Bitcoin Cash, BCH, I mean, look at Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. You know what I mean? If an altcoin chart looks like this against Bitcoin, like there's a certain point where you're like, what's the point of holding this? You could have held any other altcoin and probably made 20 to 30 to 40x more money than you did holding Bitcoin Cash. You know what I mean? You're sort of just costing yourself money at this point. I'm not going to say at some point this is not going to move up. You know, there's always a bottom for everything, but you know, since January 2018, you've bled against Bitcoin. You've bled against Bitcoin 91% in value against Bitcoin. 91% in value against Bitcoin. Okay? So there's a time and place, you know, for these type of things, but this is against Bitcoin. You don't even want to look against Ethereum. It would probably be down 99% against Ethereum. Yeah, just saying. I'm just stating facts here. I'm not making stuff up. All right, I'm just looking at the chats. I'm just looking at the chats. All right. Well, that's all that. I'm waiting for the BCH fanboys to come in here in the chat. Watching Jordan, the only thing holding up my fragile sanity. Guys, the trend is still good. Like I know in the beginning of the video I might have sounded a little bearish, but I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Like the short term, you could see one more dip, right? You could see one more dip down to 42, 43,000. That shouldn't scare you, right? In bull markets, you see big dumps, right? And this wasn't even a big dump. I think we're just so used to up. Like we went up for a month and a half with no pullbacks. This wasn't really anything, man. This is like actually kind of a joke. Okay, yes, with the wick, it was a 20% dip. And I think that's what people are freaking out about because it was such a big wick to the downside. But really what you did is from open to close on the daily, you go back and check. You looked at this a little bit earlier. It wasn't really that big of a deal. You went down about 10%. Is that really a big deal? Not really. You see that all the freaking time. How many times did you go down? I mean, some of these candles were over 10%. Some of these candles are over 10%. Right? This candle right here was over 10%. This one was over 10%. What did you do after every single one of these ones? You ended up going higher. Now, sometimes it took a couple weeks, right? Sometimes it took a couple weeks. Sometimes you didn't blast off to infinity, you know, the next day, right? You've seen like sometimes after these dips, it takes a couple days to weeks before you start going back up again, right? You dipped here, took you a little days to weeks before you started going up again. It doesn't mean you have to go up to infinity, right, the next day, right? But I'm just telling you guys, just because you have a 10% dip does not mean that the run is over. Plenty of different examples I can go through. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you know, I just want to let you know, like if you're using the strategy of we had a 10% dip, so that means Bitcoin's dead, that's not the right way to go about this. It's not the right way to go about this. We still have all the structure on the weekly, a perfect backtest of the 20-week SMA and 20-week EMA, a perfect backtest of it and a wick right off of it. We are still holding the bullish structure in the long term, right? So until we start getting some weekly closes below the 20-week moving average, right? You know that over the course of history, when you're above the 20-week moving average, you are technically bullish over the course of history, okay? Over the course of history. So we'll figure out what happens over the next couple weeks, guys. You know what I mean? all we can do is really wait, and I don't think there's any really a need to panic at the current moment. And we've already seen 42 to 43,000. So if we see it again for whatever reason, even if we do, we should not be scared because we literally just saw it 2 days ago. We literally just saw it 2 days ago, and we just looked. When you have these dips, you can go sideways or go slightly lower for a couple weeks and still continue the trend. All right? So, wanted to go on a little bit of a rant there.
Rant alert.
Stinky colas. Sticky colas. I'm not a trader, man. I am not a trader. I think it's better to be an investor than a trader, in my personal opinion. Especially if you're a leverage trader. Better to be an investor over the long term than be a trader. Just my opinion. If you're a pro trader, go ahead. And 99% of traders aren't pros. They'll either break even or lose money over the course of the long term. You might have a stretch where you make some money. 46.6. 10 out of 10. 46 fear and greed. Yeah, I mean we're literally one lower than we were yesterday. So that really didn't change at all. Still neutral on the fear and greed index overall, you know? Nope. We chilling, guys. We chilling. Please introduce a Viking war horn. Peter, I like to make my own. It sort of makes it more legit if it's just a knockoff air horn where I just go, "Oh, the Vikings!" Oh, oh. We're not going to war just yet, though. We'll be going to war if we break out right here and we test 47.3. We'll be going to war, and we'll throw on the Viking helmet. But as of right now, I mean, there's no reason to pull out the Viking, right? We're not fighting any wars right now. There's no reason to pull out Jabba. Jabba's not short. You know, we saw Bob. Yeah, I mean, right now we're in crabland. We're in crabland at the moment for Bitcoin. You know, there's altcoins that are mooning, obviously. Looks like DOT is trying to still continue up here. DOT is actually looking really good on the weekly here. Look at this massive wick on the weekly for DOT. Pushing, you're over 32 bucks here for DOT now. The DOT could be pushing these highs at 34 bucks. You break those highs for 34 bucks, you don't have anything until your highs, really. You know? So, DOT could really start moving here, as I've been saying. What else is moving here? Looks like Algo's sort of settling down. Matic looks like it's starting to move 5% in the new day. Looks like it was starting to move. It's up 5% in the day in an hour, so that's pretty good. There's some movers. Tezos, yeah, we looked at Tezos earlier. Tezos and Cosmos are doing very, very well. Is there some sort of coincidence that you know, it's Tezos and Cosmos? They both end in os, and they're both pumping. Hey, could be a cool little theory there. But yeah, I mean, you're right at your golden pocket. You're just waiting to break this golden pocket. Get a little bit of resistance above it. But if you break this, you got clear skies till $7 for Tezos. Clear skies till $7 for Tezos. So it could be interesting there. And then was it Cosmos? Let's see if Cosmos is still making any moves, guys. Cosmos. Yeah, Cosmos broke at 786. It's just Cosmos is just battling with its daily all-time highs on the close, right? It's right there at 29 cents. You can break that, you're good to go to 32. So Cosmos still looks good as well. And Bitcoin's crabbing. Bitcoin's being a crab. Everyone talking about buying Solana dip. When it actually starts taking its correction, few of you will actually buy it. Yeah, I mean, Solana's been moving up really fast. I think, what I usually like to say, guys, I mean, these coins usually go in waves, right? Nothing goes up in a straight line, even Solana. Even Solana has days, and times where it could cut in half. You know what I mean? You've seen it kind of goes in waves, right? It pumps up, it came down about 74%, right? It pumps up, came down 65%, right? It goes in waves. It's not just going to go to the moon in a straight line. I think a lot of people will get shaken out whenever the next time Solana pulls back. I agree. Who knows how high it goes? It's in price discovery right now. So this thing could go however high you want it to go. Good luck trying to predict when this is going to dump. But at the same time, when it does, just based off history, I mean, you could have a, significant dip, right? Say if you go up to, I don't know, just in theory, say if Solana goes up to 250, right? In theory, and has, 70% or so dip, or 65% dip, and comes down to 86, 90 bucks. How many guys are going to hold? How many guys will panic sell? Probably most people. And so just be careful with Solana. I don't think it's topped out yet. I definitely don't think it's topped out yet. At some point it will top out, but just who knows at what level it's going to top out. But just be prepared that at some point it will have a pullback at some point. I just don't want everyone to think that it's going to go up in a straight line forever, Coinbase always have technical issues. I have no idea. BTC just desperate. Dale, you're always in the chat, man. You always know Dale's in here. Dale, I don't know. At this point, Dale, I don't know if you're a fake bear or a real bear. I have no idea at this point, man. Algo's dumping. Let's see. Algo. Chris said I have, or NGMI said I have 2 and I'm diamond hands. You have 2 Solanas. Nice, dude. Yeah, Algo's pulling back. I mean, you got pretty damn close to your 1.618 Fibonacci. So you're getting a little bit of pullback. Makes sense. Not really a huge deal. Usually what happens when you hit your fib levels. Yeah, people taking profits because people are watching these, right? These are people, when you hit these, people take profit levels at the fibs. Why do you guys think I tell you guys I put my take profit levels at Fibonacci levels? That's what people do, right? People take profits at them. It's almost like clockwork. Now, not every time you pull back at every fib, but good chance that you usually do. Digibyte said Dale was bullish for one day. Should have took profits. Yeah. Bye, Woo. Dale bullish, knew it. John said I totally blanked myself out of SHIB today. John, you bought SHIB today? Oh no.
Nope.
John, I'm sad. I'm sorry. I got to do this just because I heard that you bought SHIB today. I'm sorry. This is just for you. John, why did you buy SHIB? We're supposed to only short together, and you bought SHIB? Of all coins? How could you do this to us? Me and Jordan, we look up to you, John. And you bought a meme coin? A meme coin? John! John, I can't believe you did it. Oh, man. Guys, don't do this to me. I don't care if you buy SHIB. Just don't tell me you bought it, okay? Don't tell me you bought it, please. I don't care what you do in your spare time. It's like a job, right? We don't care what you're doing in the spare time. Just don't tell me, please. Not the memes. Bob looks like, dude. Wrench, you gotta chill, dude. Said Bob looks like BitBoy, dude. That gets me every time, man. Gets me every time. 2:18, I'm chilling. What time is it? 9:11. Wow, that is ironic. Slightly ironic. We are chilling today, guys. We're chilling today. Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing. You know Bitcoin's doing nothing when there's, 1,100 people in here. You know Bitcoin's doing nothing on a day like this. We can hit up those likes, though. Let's somehow try to get over 1,000 likes with 1,100 people in here. If we can somehow get over it, that would be pretty freaking awesome. That would be pretty freaking awesome. Hoping we make some moves here, though, soon. Will Bitcoin touch 47K? Can you do TA on it? 47K, can you do TA on it? Yeah, we can do that. We're waiting. Next, if we can, like I said, guys, if we can break this 382 Fibonacci, we're looking good for at least to move back up to 47.3. But we gotta break 382 and 47.3. And then we should be pretty good to at least probably move up to our golden pocket zone up at 49,000. But we just chilling, man. We just chilling. Look at the volume, though. Dude, the volume is so low. Like, look at that. Like, it was even low back here, guys. But, like, it is, like, ridiculously low right now. Like, the last few hours, just nothing coming in. Literally nothing. That means when we do have a move, whichever way we go, it's going to be an explosive one because there's just no volume at all. Nothing. Zip. Nada. Zilch. Zibo. I don't know what that means, but I'm trying to act like I know how to say it in a different language, which I don't actually know how to say it in a different language. You should sell your brothers as faces NFTs. I probably should. Probably should. Bob NFT. I don't know if anyone would actually get a Bob NFT or a job NFT, but you'd be surprised. I mean, people buy some people buy literally a blank NFT. You know what I mean? So you'd be surprised at what people would want, ETH volume worse than BTC, all the money going into other alts. Yeah. Zero. Zibble. All right, guys. It's pretty a slow day. It's a pretty slow day, so I might call it a stream, honestly. Like you're getting some move for some altcoins. But like at the end of the day, it's one of those things like it's not really a point of staying on right now, Like we could chill, but we've been kind of chilling for the last like half hour, And also football's on, so I kind of want to go watch that game. The honorary first game of football. So I think I'm going to do that. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be uploading most likely 2 videos at some point tomorrow again. I don't know about what altcoins. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Join the Discord. You can also let me know on Twitter if you guys have any altcoins you guys want me to touch on. Just keep it. I'm not going to talk about some low cap altcoin. I'll talk about an altcoin that's at least in the top 20, right? Top 20 altcoin. Let me know if you guys have any ones you want me to talk about. But other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, we'll see what Bitcoin does here over the course of the next couple hours. A move is coming. It's just a matter of time. Just sort of another boring day here in crypto land. But I'll catch you guys later. Salute to everyone out there. Peace.